Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Matt and I'm back with another quick tip. Today we're going to be talking about joint bars. I have quite a bit of experience with joint bars, having utilized them now on, this is my second layout that I'm adding joint bars to, and I've learned quite a bit along the way, and I figured I would put together a quick video to share some of what I learned and hopefully save you some time and some energy and some money. And at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and show you how I apply joint bars to my rail as well. So let's talk a little bit about the different kinds of joint bars that are available. The two major brands that create them, that make them, are Details West and Kaiser Valley models. Let's start with Details West. My last layout I used exclusively Details West. They are a white metal casting. You get a set of 12 for around $4 for one of these packages. There's pros and cons with this one. Between the two, Details West are a little bit larger and kind of out of scale, which for a detail this small you actually kind of want, because it is really easy for this to sort of just disappear because of how small the detail on the rail can be. Because it's a white metal casting, it pops out of the rail a little bit more. It's just a little bit more visible, especially when you kind of look at a high angle at your rail. You can kind of see it popping out of the side. And it does look very nice. There is one big problem with that though, and that is you're fine if you utilize the Details West joint bars on the outside of your rail, but if you place them on the inside of your webbing of your rail, what will happen is the flanges on your rail cars will smack it as it's rolling over top of it, and you'll hear a pretty distinct click-clack sound, and your cars will kind of bounce around all over the place. So my intention for this layout was actually going to be to just use Details West bars on the outside of the tracks and leave the inside of the tracks undetailed. So it would be 50% correct, right? And so that was my intention, and that's what I set off to do. I bought a ton of joint bars, maybe a couple dozen in total. And it was right around the time I started working on this layout that I discovered that Kaiser Valley models exists and that they have joint bars themselves. These joint bars are photo etched. I can give you a kind of a nice close-up look of them, or a closer look anyway. You get 200 for $14, I believe is the going rate. So significantly better sort of cost per joint bar, if you will, over the Details West joint bars. These are photo etched, so they are thinner. You can see that they are sort of etched onto a very thin piece of metal. And the advantage to that is you can put those on the inside of your webbing, and your cars will roll over and they won't be affected at all. The only problem really is that because it is so thin, it's kind of easy to miss the detail because it sort of disappears after you kind of get the track painted and weathered and ballasted and everything. Let me show you a picture right now of a admittedly unfinished piece of track work that has one of those Kaiser Valley joint bars on there, and you can see it is there and it's visible if you're looking for it, but if you cursory glance, you're not going to see it. Your visitors may not notice it unless you point it out. Now you can do some things like you can do some dry brushing to sort of highlight some of the detail on it and bring out the detail, and I plan on doing that as well once I sort of get to that step on this layout, and that does help out a little bit. So what I have decided to do for my layout actually is kind of a combination of the two. I'm going to use the Detail West bars on the outside of my rail to get that sort of slightly overscaled look that kind of pops out a little bit more to the eye. And then on the inside of the rail, I'll be using the Kaiser Valley. Another thing to note is that these joint bars they'll say on the packaging here for Details West code 83 and code 70. So it should be compatible with both rail sizes. However, I found that to be not the case. I am using microengineering code 70 on all my sidings and yard tracks. And it's just, it's a little too tall. It pops out over the top. So in my opinion, Detail OS bars do not actually fit code 70, even though they say they do. The Kaiser Valley models, photo etch details do fit code 70 though. They'll fit right inside the rail there and won't interfere at all. So let's go ahead and apply our joint bars to our track. I have created for myself a little template here that shows a scale 39 feet between joint bars, and the track comes in 39-foot lengths on the prototype. I think probably because that's the size you could fit on a flat car at the time that a lot of this track was going in, and they just kind of kept that size ever since. I don't know what this, I can't remember what the scale is in real inches, but there are conversion calculators online that can help you out with that. 39 scale feet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to start off where I left off last time with my last piece of rail here. So I've got a joint bar right here. I'm just going to place with a marker, just a little black dot on top of the rail. So then at that point, I'm ready to go ahead and start applying my joint bars. So what I use here at this point is liquid super glue. With a toothpick, I will just grab some glue and stick a little bit right on the inside of that webbing right there. And then I can kind of come in here, and I use my fingers just because I find it easier to kind of just stick it in place there. And then with either an X-Acto blade or T-pin or something, just kind of stick it up against there, just like that. And then if I'm done with that, I can go ahead and, if I want to, add a little bit of kicker just to sort of lock that super glue in place. And then you're good. So this is not a quick tip video apparently. This is a longer video, but hopefully everyone got a little something out of it. Super simple and easy, just time consuming to do a whole railroad with joint bars. But thanks for checking out this video, and I'll see everyone in another video.